Okay, here we go. Just fooled you. I'm actually going to do the tutorial for Don't You Dare, not Unwritten Rule, but that's part of it anyway, and I'll move on to Don't You Dare. So this is what I'll do the tutorial on for the next 10 minutes, and some of the bits are quite tricky, especially the strumming for people who are beginners. Intermediate people might be alright, I suppose, but I'll try slow down the rhythm part, and you might be able to pick it up a bit more easy. So here we go anyway. So that was kind of like a quick overview. There is another part of the song which goes a bit like this. And then leads back into the chorus. I'll just say this is a guideline to playing the song. It's not a religious nothing you should like abide by religiously. But anyway, to give you the quick overview, chords you need to know really are C, which I'm assuming everybody will know how to play. The next chord's like an open F chord, so slightly different from a normal F chord, but you've got your index finger on the B string at the first fret, you've got your middle finger, so that's that one. Middle fingers on the G string at the second fret, that's them two together, and then you've got your pinky finger and ring finger on the E and the D string at the third fret, so all together it should sound like that. So C and the F chord. Then the next chord is a G, but it's got an open E string, the bottom E string. So yep, that's pretty easy. The only other chord you need to play for the start part is the beginning, I suppose, is kind of like a C but with an open A string, and that will help you out in the intro, I suppose, or the verse part of the song. So the general technique then works between the B and the E string, and you've got to use your pinky finger for it. So first of all, you start out by playing a C chord like that. The strumming I can talk about later, a little bit later. So the first one is the C chord. Then once you've played C, you've got to apply your pinky finger on the third fret of the B string, play again, and then so it'll go, and then once you've played that, you take your pinky finger off, you put it onto the E string at the third fret, so it'll go, and then you've got to apply it back onto the B string at the second fret again. So all together it'll go like this. So really, the pattern between the B and the E string is the same between all the chords. So it's best to try and get that technique down just with one chord to start with, so just keep practicing on C. So and just keep practicing whilst you get the rhythm. The next thing you need to do is change the chord, so it goes C, and then you need to take your finger off the A string and play that chord which I just explained before. So it'll go. So it'll go. And then you take it off. And then you play what's next is the bass notes of a G chord, but you're keeping the same pattern again. So you just got like a standard G chord bass notes, the E and the A string. And then it goes into the F chord, the open F chord, and then you play on and off kind of. I always forget the rhythm for it, but it's something like that anyway. If you listen to the CD, you'll be able to pick it up. And that's the basic part of the verse. Like I say, it's difficult to explain technically because I'm an idiot, but I can only slow it down for you, and you can keep practicing and watching the video. For the chorus though, the chords are C, the F chord, so it'll go C, F chord, G, and then you've got to be quick to change back to F, and then G, and then back into C, and then you repeat again, so it'll go. So you could kind of do, again, you can mess around with the rhythm. I suppose you don't have to abide to the song, you can do whatever you want. So, but that's just to give you an example anyway. So that's the general chord pattern. You can play it, you can strum it, I suppose, and put some rhythm into it in certain parts of the song where there is. What else is there? The other bit was just the bit in the middle that breaks the song up, I suppose, or the break of the song. Which is basically where it just mutes the strings, so, and it does it to the same rhythm as the song, and then it leads back into the verse. So it'll go. Back into it. So all you need to do is just mute the strings, probably as nearest the first and second fret, so you can quickly change to a C chord and back to the mute. But basically all you have to do is just mute the strings, keep the rhythm, which is a slowed down version, so it's just up, like that. And all you need to do is then just play the C chord between it, so it'll go. And then you can basically kind of play like on and off. Once you get to a certain point, it starts to lead back into the chorus. That's what happens. There's not as much muting, and it's just placing your fingers on and off to change the volume of the chord, really, to stop and start. That can really just be achieved by if you play a C chord and then you take your fingers off slightly and press down again. It's quite a common technique, I suppose. So, but that's really how that's achieved, and then it goes back into the chorus. But for the majority of the song, I suppose the technical parts is the strumming. There's a lot of rhythm in the strumming, and also that bit there. So, but if you want to ask any questions or message me, I've only got 10 minutes gap to try and explain the whole song. So. If people get stuck, just give me a comment or something, or if you want to make any constructive criticism of how shit the tutorial was, that'd be great as well, so I'd appreciate it. But yeah, thanks.